If you're spending hours perfecting a single graphic in Photoshop or waiting days for approval on your design, I'm sorry, but you're working under the old rules of graphic design, and those rules simply don't apply anymore. So the designers who are actually thriving right now aren't the ones with the most technical skill or the fanciest portfolio. They've just figured out that the entire job has fundamentally changed. Instead of chasing aesthetic trends, they're designing for specific outcomes on each platform. And they're definitely not spending 8 hours on a single graphic. They're creating, testing, and iterating in minutes. And at the end of the day, the only thing that separates designers who are actively proving their value and the ones who are scrambling to justify their role comes down to whether or not they understand the new rules. So in this video, I'm walking you through the 4 new rules of graphic design in 2026. What are they, why they matter, and how to start implementing them today. So what's actually changed? Why are the old ways of working no longer effective? So let's just start with the problem, which are the 4 old rules of graphic design that are completely out of sync with how content actually works in 2026. So old rule number 1, you must be a master of complex software, Illustrator, Photoshop, InDesign. You should have an MFA before you are even allowed to think about calling yourself a professional designer. So that mindset made sense when design work was like slow, rare, and mostly print-based. But today, brands need dozens of assets per day, not per quarter or even per year. Old rule number 2, it must be pixel perfect or it does not go out the door. So used to spend days and weeks, months tweaking, spacing, kerning, drop shadows, everything for just one graphic. And right now you could do that, but it shows up on someone's screen for maybe a millisecond. Like, we're burning hours perfecting assets that someone will see in less than a blink of an eye. Old rule number 3, design is a siloed department. So someone submits a request, the designer disappears into their cave, and a week later, they come out with a JPEG. So that process turns the whole design department into a bottleneck rather than a growth lever. And number 4 is design trends are what's ruling, whether it's brutalism, glassfurism, all of those things are not going to help drive business. So when you stack all that together, it makes up for a really slow and fragile workflow. By now, you're seeing, at least in yourself, one of those habits. So if your process is slow, overly technical, and totally focused on how things look instead of what they do, that's a sign you're still operating under the old rules. So if the old way is broken, what's the first new rule you need to follow? Well, it's simple. Speed is the number 1 new skill. So in 2026, the market moves way faster than a 3-day design cycle or even a single day for a social media graphic. So algorithms change, trends are shifting, campaigns pivot. So if you're still polishing slide 1 while your competitor has already shipped out the door and tested 3 different versions, you've already lost. So the new rule is iteration over perfection. So your job is not to release a flawless masterpiece once a month. Your job is to get a solid idea out quickly, see how it performs, and then improve it with each iteration. So this is where AI-powered tools stop being nice to haves and become the core of a modern workflow. So for example, I can take a single prompt or a chunk of text, drop it into Piktochart, and generate a polished visual in under 1 minute, so probably 30 seconds. While somebody else following the old rules is still opening up Photoshop, you've already designed 3 different concepts, you've pushed them out, you've tested them, and you're now going to pick the top performer. So that is speed over just taking forever to produce something high quality. Tools like Piktochart aren't here to replace you. They exist to remove the friction between your ideas and the moment they hit the screen to make everything faster. So you need tools that help accelerate and support your creativity so that you can help deliver a better solution as a designer. All right, so you're working faster, but what are you actually creating? So this leads us to the second rule is don't deliver graphics, deliver systems. So The old rule was pretty straightforward. Someone asks you for something, you make the graphic, you send it. But that doesn't actually work anymore because it makes you a bottleneck for every single visual your team needs. So the new rule is that your value is in building a scalable visual system. That means you create a clear brand kit, the logos, the colors, the fonts, a library of templates for specific use cases like social media posts, carousels, presentations, reports. So instead of just designing one Instagram post, you design a template that can produce like hundreds of on-brand posts. So in a tool like Piktochart, that looks like setting up your brand kit once, your colors, your typography, your logo, your basic layouts. And after that, anyone on the team can just open up the template, plug in their content, and instantly create something that feels like it came from your design team. That completely changes your role. You're no longer the person people have to chase down for a quick banner. You become the architect of the entire visual communication system. So you're designing the rules that keep everything on brand and effective, even when you're not the one touching every single asset. So you're building systems to work faster, but a system is useless if you're creating the wrong things, which brings us to rule number 3, which is design for the platform, not just the picture. So the old way was you pour your heart into one super killer graphic, absolutely gorgeous and very polished, and then just slap it everywhere, like Instagram, LinkedIn, wherever. I mean, maybe you resize it based on the latest dimensions, but that's it. And as we all know, what kills on one platform can totally flop on another. So every platform has its own vibe and its own split-second magic. So the new way is to design for exactly where your image, graphic, or post is going to live. So you need to think about the specific audience scrolling on each platform. Like, what are they feeling? What kind of things are they chasing or deciding in that moment? So don't look up the latest image dimensions and stay on top of those. Instead, ask yourself, what's working well on this platform? Like, what and why do I want them to feel or do right there based on typical audience behavior and decision making? So this is your new graphic designer superpower. You're not making art anymore. You're like owning the game. But even if you're creating visuals at speed, building systems, and designing for context, none of it matters if you're missing the entire point of commercial design, which brings us to rule number 4. You must design to drive a specific action. So a lot of designers are really uncomfortable with this. Like, they see their work as a form of art. They want it to be beautiful, expressive, and unique. And there's nothing wrong with that. But in a business context, beauty without purpose is like a luxury no brand can really afford today. So the new rule is simple. Design is a tool for persuasion. So every single visual you create should be tied to a specific action you want someone to take, like clicking a button, reading a post, signing up for a webinar, understanding a new concept, trusting a brand, or making a purchase. So if your design doesn't have a clear goal, it's already failed, no matter how gorgeous it looks. So think about having like 2 graphics side by side. So one is absolutely stunning and beautiful, but when you look at it, you're not sure what to do next. Like, is it an ad, a poster, a vibe? I know you've seen this a lot on billboards. And the second one is simpler, but your eye goes straight to the headline, the benefit, a clear call to action. The viewer knows exactly what the next step is. And that visual wins every single time. I want you to stop thinking, does this look cool? I mean, instead, what is this design trying to get someone to do? And is that absolutely obvious? So that is like the mindset shift from decorator to strategic persuader. So those are the new rules. And if you follow them, I promise that will put you ahead of like 99% of all graphic designers out there today. So if you want to apply this knowledge and learn the valuable skill of designing carousels, click over here somewhere, the video card, to watch the next video where we break down step by step how to design incredible, beautiful carousels that are 100% leveraged by AI. See you over there.